Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. Apparently, I started smoking without you. Anyway, make sure you have something to smoke, something to drink. I have my handy dandy blue water bottle. Let's just have like a cozy chat. Let's just have like a real one-on-one conversation about what the fuck I've been going through. Selfish, I know. I had a breakthrough recently, a personal breakthrough. I'm not telling you guys to do this. I'm talking about myself because I love to do that. That's my favorite topic of discussion. I've made probably countless videos about become the observer, observe your thoughts, don't attach to the meaning of all these things, right? I finally just learned the next step to that. There's more than just observing. And like, I knew that, but I just started like tapping in. Let's take another hit and then we'll get into it. So I've been working on myself, you guys, on many levels, and I recently learned what the next step is aside from just being the observer or becoming the observer of your thoughts, of your feelings, of your triggers. I've had step 1 down, which is just identifying and observing all of these thoughts, feelings, emotions, triggers, yada, yada, yada. And now I'm finally understanding step 2, which is how you respond after that. It's all in divine timing. It's okay that I didn't discover it until a couple of years later. I'm on my own healing schedule. Let me catch you up to speed. So step 1 is become the observer. That means we're going to look for patterns. We're going to notice when we get upset about something, when we get triggered about something, what kind of reaction am I having? How do I feel? What am I thinking? What physical aspects are happening for me? My chest usually shakes really, really bad. That's the main one. That's how I know, oh, I'm triggered, bitch. This step is important because it allows you to like separate yourself from your feelings, thoughts, reactions, etc. So instead of being like, oh my God, I'm really fucking angry or I'm really fucking anxious, I would be like, all right, I acknowledge that I am experiencing a lot of physical anxiety right now. And also say out loud, like, I acknowledge that I'm experiencing a lot of physical anxiety in my chest right now, a lot of shakiness in my chest right now, right? This has been really helpful for me because the next time it happens and I remember to use this practice, I'll be like, okay, I observe that right now I'm feeling like really shaky in my chest and uneasy in my chest. Then I remember usually, oh wait, I've felt like this before. Then I can finally start making patterns, recognizing the connection or the correlation to why I feel this way. Then I'll start asking myself, okay, well, when was the last time I felt this way and what made me feel that way? And then is there any type of connection or correlation to these feelings now and those feelings then and what triggered it? That's basically step 1, right? We're becoming the observer. And then after we do that, which also helps us kind of separate ourselves from what we're feeling or experiencing in our little human suit, we also start to then recognize patterns. That's step 1, becoming the observer. Now step 2, bitch. Let's take a hit first. So then what is step 2? It's the harder step. Step 2 is changed behavior and moving accordingly. So what do I mean? It doesn't need to be perfect because let's be serious, bitch. I don't know, just recently I'm feeling a bit more productive in my healing journey and a bit more self-aware and kind of on top of my shit. It's a good feeling. That being said, when I've been kind of triggered recently and I've been becoming the observer, I felt like I should perhaps respond differently now. Like, what if, since I can't lash out and just say things that I actually don't mean in the moment, what if I stay calm, stay kind? What if I express myself in a very clear manner and articulate like what I'm feeling? This is the part where I need to make sure I explain this properly because I don't want it to sound like I'm dissociating, but it kind of helps me like remove myself from my body in that situation. I don't know, guys, like I'm not perfect with my words, as you can fucking tell. When I say remove myself from my body in that situation, I don't mean dissociate from what's happening. I mean, don't react the way that my human suit wants me to react or what would be natural to react right now or what I would be used to reacting on autopilot. Focus on staying very calm, very present to what's happening right now, and obviously like adjust this to the situation you're in, but be very open to communicating as well. And I don't mean yelling at somebody like, oh, I'm open to communicating, but you're gonna hear me out and I'm gonna say, fuck you, bitch, you motherfucking loser, I can't stand your broke ass, bum ass. That's not what I mean by be open to communicating. I mean, be respectful, be calm, allow the person to feel safe to still talk about what they want to talk about, and that'll help you have a safe space to keep talking about what you need to talk about. I think the difference here is, in the past, I would just kind of observe and then either shut down or kind of dissociate, I guess. Like I would be like, okay, I observe that I'm feeling anxious. I am observing that I don't feel good in my chest. This is a pattern for me. And then I would like express that to whoever I was speaking to. But then I would just be like, so yeah, so I can't do anything else now because that's how I'm feeling. So I noticed that I'm triggered, so I gotta shut the fuck up. Kind of just like remove myself from the situation, and it wouldn't really be productive in that moment because the person would basically just be very aware that I was triggered, but then I would either just like leave the conversation which doesn't happen often, or they would just be aware as fuck of what I was going through and I would keep being a little bitch. So now what I'm doing is I'm gonna be like, okay, here's how I'm feeling inside. I acknowledge this, I recognize this. But now what I'm gonna do is kind of remove myself, step outside of myself right now. Step outside of the Danny's human suit that's experiencing all of these triggers and all of these feelings that make me want to react a certain way. Because this bitch's human suit is having a hard fucking time right now. So just real quick, I'm gonna remove myself and speak from a place of calmness, kind of my higher self, but not even. I'm not really saying that I tap into my higher self, because in these moments, I don't think I can. I'm still very fucking emotional, but I definitely speak from a higher version of myself. I acknowledge, like, okay, this Danny is like fucking going through it, but that's not going to be productive right now. So this higher version of myself, LOL higher, let's get higher, is speaking right now and speaking for this Danny right now. The Danny that exists outside of the triggers and discomfort of what's happening. That's who I'm channeling. It's not easy, bitch. I think that's probably why I'm just now doing it and just now getting around to like step 2 of this whole process, because it's not easy, especially for a bitch like me. If you know, you know. That being said, you can still release your emotions in a productive way at a later time, in a different setting, maybe in a setting that's a little bit more safe to do so, like punch a pillow, beat the fuck up out of your bed. Anyway, let's take a hit real quick and then I'll finish this out. Can I just say, handling shit this way makes me feel so fucking grown, because I did not grow up seeing situations or conflict handled or dealt with in a very productive way. And I know a lot of people also are in that like same position as me, where we just didn't really have a great example, I guess I'll say, for handling our emotions or handling conflict or handling triggers. So bitch, when I say this has been a learning experience, I mean a self-taught experience. I mean, I did not go to college for this category experience. This is a YouTube university, therapy university, figure it out on your own university. But that's honestly why I get really excited when I see like progress and like personal growth, and I'm like, oh my god, bitch, you did that. So yeah, I've talked so much about observing on this channel. Now that I've kind of unlocked part 2, I figured I need to also talk about moving accordingly and changing behavior. Also, this is not linear, okay? Healing's not linear, the journey is not linear. I'm not saying I'm not gonna fuck it up. I'm not saying I'm not a perfect person, okay? And I'm very fucking aware, but I'm like really close. I'm grateful for the growth, grateful for the journey, grateful to be able to talk about it with you guys. That's basically all. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I was in my period last week, so there was no video for like 5 to 7 days. Thank you guys for waiting for me, and thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.